Today, we're going to talk about taking control of energy buying using all the management tools available to develop a strategic approach. Ohio electric and natural gas deregulation has opened the door for many so-called energy experts to the Ohio marketplace. Ohio electric and natural gas deregulation has brought about an unprecedented number of telemarketing calls. Many buyers responsible for electric and natural gas purchases rarely have in-depth knowledge of the day-to-day energy pricing trends and hedging tools and buying strategies. It often leaves the buyers frustrated and stressed as they try to know who to trust, what prices are real, and when should they buy. And buyers more often than not feel that they're always playing defense. So RD Energy provides the playbook to go on the offensive. We provide a strategic approach to buying electric and natural gas. We instruct and demonstrate the tools in our toolbox that help you focus intently on how to lower your energy spend. We provide market data, stay in step with price trends, and provide transparent energy prices from many of the major suppliers. We help the customer get off their defensive heels and go on the offensive to not only find a great price, but to more importantly develop a strategic approach to buying electric and natural gas. It's very important to have in-depth knowledge of wholesale price trends. You need to know current market data. Our load analysis report helps you know how you use your energy, and is there a better and more cost-effective way. We have a peak load management program to help you shave a key cost element and save big dollars. We have a demand response program that helps you earn income by taking advantage of backup generation or your ability to cut usage at moments of critical peak usage on the electric grid. Our RD Energy Customer Scorecard helps you view competitive pricing in clear, transparent manner from many of the major suppliers. We make sure that you know that there's more ways to look at natural gas and electric pricing than to pick the one price from one supplier and call it a day. We know there's a better way to do it. Supply itself makes up 65 to 75% of the total contracted price. We know many suppliers assume supply is the easiest piece to control, but it's the most important piece and must be done carefully. Telemarketers are calling each day with their aggressively buy from me right now at my one supplier price approach. We know that buyers need to say no. Buyers need market data. What does the market data tell us? Weekly natural gas storage reports, natural gas drilling rig counts, coal plant retirements, LNG exports, economic indicators, weather forecasts, and technical training are just some of the data trends that you need to know, or we can help you with knowing, so that you know that when is the best time to buy. Is the market near a historical high or low point, or somewhere in between? Is the market bullish or bearish? When you look at this electric price volatility chart, you can see over the past couple of years, there's a lot of market volatility. You don't want to be buying when the prices are peaking. You want to be buying when the market is low. So with RD Energy, we help you find that right time based on data and trends. So you have to look for when the opportunity knocks. Market trends support a buying signal, short and long term. And price shopping, you want to get a price from many suppliers. But you do that with RD Energy's customer scorecard. We have multiple suppliers, not one like all the telemarketers are calling, and we have price transparency. We show you every supplier price so that you know that you're getting the best price and you're getting, the best price at that time. buying everything at one point in time versus layering in supply is something that large customers can do. Large consumers can buy based on dollar cost averaging, and they can buy peak day and off peak. So there's all kinds of opportunities for suppliers and for customers to buy smarter. The customer scorecard we show here shows you the RD Energy way of showing price transparency. We show the suppliers, we show the pricing, and we show you the best one for 12, 24, and 36 months. That way you get the best price. The next chart shows you the 4 price components that make up a total electric price. As you can see, supply does make up 65 to 75% of the piece. But the other major component is called capacity, the area shaded in gray. It makes up 15 to 25% of the total price. And the great thing about that is that you can manage that and you can help reduce that cost. It's very important. You can manage supply and you can manage capacity, the 2 largest pieces of the 4 components. This capacity auction chart shows you where the capacity rates have been over the past several years and where they're going to be the next 3. We know that over the next 3 years, the capacity rates are going to be increasing. There's nothing we can do about that. Those are auction rates that are set. And we know that since the polar vortex, those capacity rates are trending up. So, we need to help you figure out a way to manage those down. And the way to do that is through peak load management. PJM is the electric grid that serves the state of Ohio and as well as 13 states in total and Washington, D.C. PJM calculates everybody's capacity rate by looking at the 5 peak hours on the system each summer. They look at their 5 peak hours and then look back and see what did the customer use during those 5 peak hours. That is your contribution to the 5 peak hours or your peak load contribution or PLC. So what we want to do is help cut those costs by being part of a peak load management program where we send you alerts a day in advance or the morning of when we think one of those 5 peak hours are going to be set. Then, if you take action and reduce your electric use during that time, that's normally running from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. in the afternoon, if you reduce that time, then we know that you're going to be reducing your capacity costs for the upcoming year. PJM capacity rates may be going up, but yours can actually go down. The next chart shows a current customer who looks and responds to every time we send them a peak load contribution alert. Every time we send them one, you can see by this chart, they actually go completely to zero. This is possibly an extreme case, but more often than not, people do it. And when they knock that down, whether it's 50% or 100% or 25%, you can see the value that down at the bottom, the value that they receive or potentially can receive by cutting their capacity costs. This particular customer is cutting his costs $19,000 this current year right now, $8,000 next year, and the year after back up to $17,000 and more after that. We also have a program called Demand Response. This is a program that helps you actually earn income from the PJM grid through what they call a curtailment service provider. The curtailment service provider will pay you, the customer, based on your peak load contribution number we talked about before, times the annual PJM auction rate. We know that approximately one time a year or less, the PJM has a critical event. That past 2 summers, there has been no critical event. The 2 summers before that, there was. But the idea is when there is a critical event, PJM can do 2 things. They can either go to the generators and ask them to produce as much as they can, which they often do, and that makes up about 95% of that extra surplus, that extra electric they need to meet their critical need. The other 5% they do through a demand response program where they actually ask customers to cut back to those who joined the program. Thus, you will get a check for your participation, or just being on standby for the program or actually participating. In the years that there's not an actual critical event, they will have a 1-hour test to pass. The great thing about the program, it is a voluntary program, and you can basically reduce your equipment usage or use whatever way is possible, but you can cut back your usage. And so basically the income you get will be based on your peak load contribution and how much you participate in the event or the 1-hour test. And you use that money any way you want. You can use it to lower your energy costs, or you can use it to fund other capital projects. This slide shows you some of the demand response program highlights. It's a program that normally runs June through September. Starting next year, it will probably run year-round, but really affects our customers in the summertime only. The events normally happen only during the week. It never happens on the weekends, never happens on holidays, so you won't have to call people back in, for the weekend or the holiday. It happens normally from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock or 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Again, the events are voluntary. The events are not, but the participation is voluntary, and however much you participate is how much money you get. So if you put a volume in and you're going to get X dollars, but you only are able to participate by half of that, then you'll get half the dollars. But you're never penalized for not participating fully. Even if you participate 0, you just won't get any dollars. You won't actually go and get a penalty bill and go in the hole. Although the test is mandatory to prove to PJM that you can cut back, we will give you plenty of time, days ahead of time, to know when the test will be. So you'll be able to participate in the test or the critical event. And normally, again, in Ohio, on AEP, we've seen on average 1 event every year or less. On Duke Energy, there has never been an event called, so there would just be the 1-hour test. The average events last normally 4 hours, and the starting time normally is no earlier than 2, but normally starts around 3 or 4 o'clock. So everything we're talking about today all adds up to a smart strategic approach. We want to help you stop playing defense and go on offense. We want to partner with you to help quarterback the new offensive plays. We know that if you have the facts and you have the market trends, we know that you're going to have an excellent buying signal to buy timely and strategically. And when that time comes, our customer scorecard is going to give you multiple suppliers with price transparency so that you know that you are getting the best price at the right time. We also know that if we get you in our peak load management program, you'll be able to actually shave your capacity costs down by breaking out the capacity from the rest of the price and giving you the peak alerts. You can respond to those peak alerts and manage down your capacity costs all the way to 0 if you're able to. Lastly, we have a demand response program that helps you actually earn dollars and brings income to you so that you can use it in any fashion you want to fund another capital project or use it to lower your energy costs. So that kind of concludes today our buying strategy to help you take control of your energy costs. You can contact us here. You can see our contact information, our email address, our phone number. Find us on Facebook and Twitter. We hope you'll give us a call. We want to be able to work with you, help you develop a strategy, work one-on-one with you. We're very old-fashioned in that state that we like to work one-on-one with our customers so that they are getting customer service as they don't experience from others. We work closely together to find you the best buying approach at the right time based on the best data available and give you the best price based on all the suppliers out there so that you know at the end of the day that you have done a good job with your strategic approach and you're confident that you've done a good job. So thank you, and please give us a call and we will work with you one-on-one. And if you have questions, feel free to give us a call. Thank you.